from Stanford Chi Alpha, and I am in 370 where we have one of our weekly meetings. And I want to talk about Shuan, who is a grad student with us. She's studying aerospace and aeronautical engineering. And Shuan came to us about 2 years ago after finishing her undergrad, and where she became a Christian. She went to church with her host family for 4 years and finally accepted God. She kept going, was always interested, and then just really opened up her heart to God the summer after she graduated and before coming here. And when she got to Stanford, she found Chi Alpha almost right away and just began coming to our meetings. Was super quiet, and it'd be so easy to just miss her. She would just come in and leave and go research and do what she does. But probably over the last year, we've been getting closer and just hanging out. And she asked me for a recommendation for a book on prayer because she was really wanting to just pray more for her parents because they are still in China and they do not believe in God. And so I gave her Dutch Seats, my copy of Dutch Seats, Beginner's Guide to Intercessory Prayer, and she read it. And it completely changed her outlook on prayer and life, and she began just praying for her parents every day, still does. And she prayed for another friend of hers named Holly, who is also a grad student in Chi Alpha, and Holly was sick one day. She had told Shuan like the day before that she was like getting sick, and so Shuan prayed for her like the next afternoon. And Holly actually was driving home at the same time and just suddenly felt better and didn't really know what had happened. And so she called Shuan that evening and told her, and Shuan asked her, what time did you feel better? And Holly remembered the time, and it turned out to be the exact same time. And so, God really met them there and healed Holly, and Shuan was just so excited, and she was just like beaming when she told me. And since reading the book and just since praying for Holly, she could just tell the difference. Like, she's more outgoing and is willing to talk about what God is doing in her life, and just in general has kind of opened up more. And so I'm really excited to be here right now because that just seems to be happening kind of across the board with Stanford students. So that's why I'm a missionary. And this is 370. Where we have our weekly meetings, and so that's why I'm a missionary.
All right, I'm at Arizona State University, and this spot where I'm standing is where we met Francesca, who's one of the girls in Chi Alpha right now. But I met her one of the days we were out at our contact table. She came up, this bubbly little freshman girl, one of the biggest dog lovers, the biggest dog lover I've ever met in my life. She comes up with this big smile. I invite her to Chi Alpha that night, and she comes. She played games with us. She really loved it afterward. I talked to her, asked her how it was, and then she started coming to our Bible studies. And so she came, she got plugged in, she got connected. She didn't grow up in a Christian family or in church, so she didn't really know who Jesus was, but she wanted to know more, and she was so curious and so just hungry for who Jesus was. She came to SALT with us back in January, and she just got really awesome freedom from so many things at SALT. And coming back from SALT, she started going around in between her classes and telling people about Jesus, which this isn't something that like we as Chi Alpha were like, Francesca, you need to go tell people about Jesus. But she came back being like, why wouldn't people want to know about Jesus? And like, this is what I'm supposed to do. And so she'd go talk to students at Starbucks on campus, everywhere on campus, and just so bold and so on fire for God. She's gonna be a sophomore this year, and which makes me excited to see like what else God is gonna do with her. But she's so plugged in, and she wants to bring other people into community. She loves people. She loves God, and I love stories like this, and this is why I'm a missionary.
Hey, my name is Daniel Smith out here in Fresno State, and I'm going to share with you a story of a student named Luis. Luis was a freshman who came this last fall, about midway through, to come check out Chi Alpha. I'd heard about it actually from our website. Came to the gathering, got to know the family, got plugged in, found out he had kind of a Catholic background, but not too devout in that. But he decided 2 weeks later to come into our SALT retreat down in LA. So he showed up at that the second night during the worship. He came back to me and he said, I need to talk. And you could tell it was one of those good talks. So we began talking, and he began pouring out his life about all these things that he knew weren't right, that needed to change, and things that he just didn't want to be anymore. And I began to share the gospel of Jesus Christ with him. He thought about it, and I asked him, hey, have you ever actually surrendered your life to Jesus? Have you ever decided to follow him with all that you are? He said no, right there, decided to follow Jesus. The next day was baptized with the Holy Spirit at a workshop. The following morning was baptized in water. So in a period of about 48 hours, he was saved, baptized in the Holy Spirit, filled with power, baptized in water. To this day, it's running strong, and Jesus has come onto our student leadership team. Has just grown in his love for Jesus and his love for people, and is really growing in just his vision for his campus. So my name is Daniel Smith, and this is why myself and my wife Abby are Chi Alpha missionaries.